How to get better entries. Right here, you can see my entry on the Nasdaq, looking for this push up to the 180s. I want to talk about how to get better entries by simply being able to draw something on your chart. Let's talk about it right here in this video, taking my profit there and locking it down. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about entries. Why are entries so important? Well, if you are wrong with your entry, you might end up losing on a trade just because you get in too early, or just because you end up getting in at the wrong time. You can see here on the 1 minute chart, I've got the Lux Algo price action concepts. People always ask me what indicator this is. It draws out the trend lines. It gives me ideas, kind of levels, and the order blocks and blah, all that kind of fun stuff. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that. We got the pivot points being those orange lines. Get rid of that. And we can get rid of the VWAP. So all we really need to focus on is a very simple idea here, right? And I want to make this as simple as possible because we don't need to really make this difficult. Like, we don't need to have a crazy indicator. We don't need to have a crazy theory. We just need to very simply be able to, identify something on the chart. All right. How are we going to do this? Very simple. Let's keep it simple, my friends. Trading sometimes gets a little overly complicated. Let's say I want to get long. I think the market's going to push up. Like, you just saw me take profit on that trade. Where is the best place to get long? Obviously, if we look at it right now, it's like, well, in hindsight, yeah, you want to buy right here, right? Like, that's pretty simple. Where's the best place to get long here? You want to buy right there. You want to get long here. Like, where's the best place? You want to buy all these bottoms, right? Like, you're just like, oh, long, all these simple areas to get long, right? You're like, oh, look, in hindsight, it's easy. In hindsight, we know every single spot to get long. Very simple. We're like, oh my God, if I would have got long there, long there, long there, long there, long there, long. If I would have got long at any of those places, I would have made a lot of money today. And it's very simple in hindsight. But what happens if it's actually happening? Like, what happens if the market's actually trading and we're looking to get long? So we'll put it in replay here just to get a better idea of how this kind of forms. All right, so let's go here to there. If you're one of my subscribers, you already know that Top Step has a huge deal going on right now. You can see the prices here. The $50,000 account being $49 a month. The $100,000 account being $99 a month. If you want to learn more, it's never been a better time. One step, one rule. Check out Top Step. Link down below to sign up today. You have until July 16th. Let's get back into riding the wave, my friends. All right, so as you can see, the market pushed up there to the 90 level. Obviously, we already know where it's going, but let's just be honest. Like, do I want to be getting long right here? All right, so we just kind of pushed up out of there. We just pushed up out of there. So we know that pretty much like every time the market pushes up, it pulls back and then makes another push. So it's like, is this where I want to get long? Just think about that. Like, do I really want to get long right here, going into kind of this resistance area? Do I want to get long right there? Maybe the market goes higher. Maybe it does, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe the market doesn't go higher. So what do I want to do? Well, I really just want to wait for this to kind of pull back here, right? Like, let's kind of pull back. The market moves in waves, right? We already talked about this a million times. Market flow trader community already knows. But how does the market move? The market moves in waves. So it's like, do I want to get long at the top of the wave? No. Do I want to get long there at the top of the wave? No. Do I want to get long there? No. We're not getting long any of those places. So what we're waiting for here, if I think the market's gonna go higher, we are gonna wait for the pullback, right? Very simple, very easy. Now we look for the pullback. Okay, look what's happening. Again, it's like, do I want to get long here? No. Do I want to get long here? No. Do I want to get long in this candle? No. And there's no reason for me to get long on any of this yet. Like, I just don't want to get long there. Obviously, in hindsight, it's like we know this, but just be honest. Like, red candle. At what point do I think it's a good place to get long? None of these three candles, I'm definitely not getting long. So what do? I wait. Okay, look, still plenty of red candles, but look what's happening here. Like, look at this look what's happening right there. You see that? You see how we're kind of like starting to curl back up here, starting to push back up? Okay, things are looking interesting, but look at that formation. Like, look at what we saw earlier. We already talked about it. These bottoms, those little areas, those bounces, this is what we're looking at. So until we kind of get that confirmation that we're starting to put in kind of a bottom here, kind of the bottom of the wave, there's really no reason to get long there. So if I'm trying to get long, don't get long there, don't get long there, but maybe, the first green candle right there. Okay, let's keep it going. What do we got? Well, look at that. Would you look at that? What do we have? Just to identify this bottom here on this little pullback. Look at the structure on these candles, right? We get the little pullback there. This next candle opens. It pushes above this candle. So it's like we're really kind of waiting for that breakout right there. Very simple. Pullback, 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 bam. And then we get long. This is on the 1 minute chart. If we look at the 3 minute chart, it'll be a little less candlesticks. I think the 2 minute chart is a good kind of area here. 2 minute chart kind of showing that as well. Again, right there. So it's simple. Again, I know this is going to sound very easy in hindsight, but what are we looking for? We're looking for this. So we're just looking for that cup. Pretty much a cup, bottom of the wave, whatever you want to call it. The wave moves like this. We know that. We believe it. We believe the market is going to push back up after pulling these backs. Perfect. We know this works. So why would we do anything other than just trade this, right? Just trade what's in front of us. Very simple. Go to the 1 minute chart. Look at this. There's no point to get long anywhere but there. Get long there. Get long there. Get long there. Problem is, you just don't want to get long when we push up the tops here. It's clear to see every time, especially on the 1 minute chart, every time we push up, we pull back. We push up, we pull back. Again, it's none of these spots here, kind of a little bit of a pullback there, but on these little areas, there's no reason to get long there. Because look what's happening. We're at the top of this wave. So the question now is, where do I want to get short? Well, I want to be getting short when we're starting to roll off, when that wave is rolling over, baby. All I'm doing is just looking at this pretty much as a wave, right? It's here's a spot for me to get short. Okay, I'm getting short. Or maybe I'm trying to get a short there, but we're in an uptrend. But in general, it's just look, every time we see these little waves, it's where's our entries at? Our entry is not in the middle. Our entry is in the bottom of the wave, right? We're jumping into the bottom of the wave. Look at this. Pullback right there. Another little pullback right there. But again, it's I don't need to get long here. I don't need to get long there. 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 I don't need to get long. I just saved myself a lot of trouble, and I have no indicators on the chart. 0 indicators, and I can clearly see what the trend's doing, right? Clearly see the trend. I can clearly see that there's no reason for me to get long until what happens? Until you're either going to roll. I have no reason to take a trade until we either roll off or we roll up, right? The bottom of the wave rolling up. It's that simple. I don't know how to make it any simpler. I can sit here all day long and tell you the best trading strategy, put this on your chart, have this concept, have all this crazy stuff, right? How to predict the market. But hey, you're not going to find success with that until you can simply see that there is no better place to enter than at the bottom. Until you can simply see there's no better place to enter than at the bottom of the wave, my friends. The bottom, the bottom, the bottom. Again, it's what did my advantage of entering right here is? What's the advantage to entering here? There is no advantage. Is this an advantage to entering here? Yes. Right? We got our little wave there. We're starting to push up. I want to be entering in here, starting to get green candles coming back. Look at that push up there to the 200s now. We got the VWAP we're pushing through here. Look at how beautiful this is. It all plays out perfectly. And we don't really need any indicators to see simply that we don't want to be entering at the top of the wave. If we want to get short, yeah. We want to get short at the top of the wave. But there's no reason to get long. There's no reason to get long right here. There's no reason to get long right there. There's no reason to even get long right here. Right? I just saved myself so much heartache, so much pain. And it's not to say that you're wrong to get long here, but why not get a better entry? Are you always going to get a better entry? No, you won't always get a better entry, but you're going to get a safer entry, a more consistent entry. If you wait for that bottom of the wave or wait for that bottom of the wave, right? I don't know how to make it any simpler. Hopefully this helps you guys see why the market, hopefully this helps you guys see that at the end of the day, the market moves in waves. It's very simple. If you want to get short, you want to get short at the top of the wave. If you want to get long, you want to get long at the bottom of the wave. It's that easy, right? It's that cut and dry. There is no concept. There is no indicator. It's just simply, if the market is starting to make a bottom of a wave, well, I want to be getting long there. If the market's starting to roll over, I want to get short there. Things like that, right? We obviously want to look at the higher time frames as well. We can see on the higher time frame here, We obviously have this trend line here. So we just draw that trend line again. It's like, look, if we go to the 1 minute chart, look what happens. All right, look at where those entries are. Was it a coincidence that the bottom of those waves are off of that trend line? Off of that trend line there? Like, it's not a coincidence. We can see trend line touch, trend line touch. So again, it's like getting rid of everything and just focusing on the price action alone is that powerful. Like, I didn't even draw a trend line there until after we looked at the bigger time frames. Look at the 15-minute chart. Same kind of thing. Bigger time frame showing us the move higher. Bam, bam, bam. We're pushing through the 200s now. We're starting to bottom out there. Look at the 15-minute chart. Starting to bottom out. Starting to bottom out there, boys. Maybe make a little cup here. A little push up. Give you an idea. Hopefully this helps you guys see the market a little bit differently. Helps you avoid some of the heartache and some of the pain from entering at the wrong time. There it is, my friends. I'll talk to you guys later on.